It's Nørgaard. So today we are doing this makeup look, and this is yet another first impressions makeup tutorial. And in this one I'm only using drugstore and affordable makeup. So everything that I have on my face right now is really affordable, and of course it's a full face talk through tutorial. So yeah, I don't think I have much to say. So if you like this look, please give this video a thumbs up and remember to watch in high definition. And without further ado, I will send you guys on to the tutorial. Okay you guys, so we're doing a new first impressions video today. So I have all of my new products in here. And I'm going to start out with the Minimal Infused Face Primer by e.l.f. So it looks like this, and I actually used to have this like 5 years ago maybe. And back then it looked a little bit different. I think the packaging has definitely improved. And I've heard that the product itself should also have been reformulated. But a problem I had with my old Minimal Infused Primer by e.l.f. was that the pump would always break. The pump would stop working after like a few uses, and then it was really hard to get to the product because the opening was so small, and the primer itself is not a runny product, so you couldn't like tap it out like that. So I actually didn't get to use it very much. I just had to throw it out, and then I bought a new one, and the same exact thing happened with that. So after that I was just over this primer. But I have heard super great things about this, so I have decided to give it another go again. So it's a clear primer, and I have heard that this is supposed to be a dupe for the Smashbox primer. It feels very similar, but I actually think it feels almost identical to the Maybelline Baby Skin primer. This one and the Baby Skin primer is just a little bit thicker than the Smashbox Photo Finish primer, but so far I like it. So next up I'm going to use the e.l.f. Hydrating Under Eye Primer, and this is supposed to be a dupe for the Smashbox Under Eye Primer. And you guys know I love the Smashbox primer, so let's give it a go. So this one comes with a little pump. It's not a very good pump. The product looks exactly like the Smashbox product. It feels very similar. I really love the feeling of this. Yeah, to me it feels identical to the Smashbox Under Eye Primer. So for my lips I have this Baby Lips by Maybelline in the color Grape Wine. So it's like a very dark purple color. It does have a little color. It's not a super intense color, but I really love the Baby Lips because they do hydrate so well. Okay, so I have this BB cream that I'm going to try today. And since it's probably going to be pretty light coverage, I'm going to go in with a little bit of concealer first. So this is the NYX HD Concealer in the color Yellow. So I'm going to use this on any red spots on my face. So a little bit on the chin, and of course on my acne scars on both sides. A little bit between my eyebrows, around the nose as well. And then a little bit underneath the eyes. So let's go ahead and blend it out. It blends out nicely. Okay, so I quite like that concealer. I feel like it definitely evened out my skin tone. So now let's try this Garnier BB cream. I have the original one in the color Light. And before we do this, I just wanted to mention that we get 50 milliliters of product, which is almost twice as much as you get with a regular foundation or a regular BB cream at the drugstore. So you get a lot of product. So I'm just dabbing it on. And I'm sorry if you can hear the storm outside. It has been storming all day, and also all last night it was storming. So it seems like it's about right for my skin tone, maybe a little bit dark. And when you first squeeze out the product, it seems like a pretty thick consistency, but it definitely is a lot more sheer. It blends out very sheerly. and it's a little bit dark for me, so I'm just going to blend it down onto my neck. So it's definitely light coverage, which was what I was expecting really, but I do like the finish. It's very natural, it's not too dewy, and it also sets nicely on the skin. It doesn't look cakey or anything like that. So I'm going to put it to the test and try and build it up a little bit. I also want to mention that it does have a scent. It's like, it's not unpleasant, it's quite a clean scent, but yeah, it does have a scent, so if you're not into that, be warned. Okay, so surprisingly I do feel like it builds up. Okay, so I'm actually pretty impressed with this product. You can definitely build it up, so if you're looking for something with light coverage but something you can build up if you have like a little breakout or something, then I think this is perfect. And it also feels very nice on the skin, but yeah, it is a little bit dark, so if you're fair, it might not match you. But anyways, now I'm going to highlight with another NYX HD concealer. This is in the color Porcelain. So of course I'm going to highlight underneath my eyes. So I'm just applying it like this, and then I blend it out. So I do really like this concealer. It's very lightweight, but it has quite good coverage. So I'm going to set my under eye area with this e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder. So I go ahead with my Kat Von D brush. So I'm really excited to see how this powder holds up. You guys know I love my Laura Mercier under eye, not under eye, it's called the Secret Brightening Powder, because it really sets and my concealer doesn't crease. But it's also so expensive, so if this works as well, ding ding ding, we have a winner. So to set the rest of my face, I'm going to use this BH Studio Pro powder. Mine looks like that. I have the lightest color, and I've heard that this is supposed to be a dupe for the MAC Studio Fix powder. So I'm going to apply a little bit of that. So far so good with this powder. You guys, my bronzer is at the bottom of this bag. Okay, so now I'm going to grab the Cheeky Trio by W7. So it contains a bronzer, a blush and a highlight. So I'm going to start out with the bronzer. And the bronzer looks pretty matte to me. So let's see what happens. So it seems to be a quite light bronzer. And it seems to be a quite natural color. Like a neutral color. Because it's not like too warm, where it looks like, you know, a whole lot of sun-kissed bronzing, but it's also not like too cool toned, and it seems to apply pretty smoothly. Okay, I'm really impressed. That is a freaking phenomenal bronzer. It's not too pigmented where you can control it, so it's perfect for light and fair skin like my skin tone, and it blends so easily, and the color is beautiful. So let's try out the blush, and the blush also seems pretty matte to me. So I'm applying it right here. That's a pretty color. Wow, I'm really impressed with this. That is a beautiful blush. So now let's try out the last thing, which is the highlighter. And let's see if it's a 3 out of 3 product. And the highlighter to me looks like it has a very slight satin finish. It doesn't look, you know, super shimmery. So I apply it right here. This is so gorgeous. It has like the slightest sheen, but it's not, you know, overly shimmery. I'm going to apply this all over. I am so impressed with this palette. All of these products are amazing. I love that highlighter. I don't have anything like it. It's one of those very sheer satin kind of, just very, I don't know how to describe it. It's very, very natural. I love it. Okay, so the face one isn't over just yet. I'm also going to try out this Color Wheel Mosaic face powder from New York Color in the color All Over Bronze Glow. And this is a completely matte bronzer, and I think it looks a little bit deeper than my other bronzer from W7. So I'm going to try and use this to contour. So I just swirl my brush in there, tap off the excess, and I'll go ahead and contour. Oh, it's very pigmented. Okay, so that's very pigmented and it's a lot darker than the W7 bronzer, but I like it. Okay, and furthermore, I'm going to try out this blush by NYX. This is the baked blush in the color, what's this called? Statement Red. And the packaging is freaking adorable. So as you can see, it's a very bright pink color. It isn't super hard to control, it's not too pigmented, but it leaves like a very pretty color on the cheeks. And I'm just going to blend all of this out. Okay, so to set everything, I'm going to use my NYX matte finish setting spray. And I'm using this one because the BB cream is quite dewy. So let's get it started. There we go. And let that dry. You guys, I just remembered I totally forgot to contour my nose, but I actually kind of dig it without contour, so we're just going to skip that today. Okay, so I just brushed through my eyebrows and now I'm going to use this Technique bronze eyeshadow palette to fill in my eyebrows. So I'm going to use this color over here, and it's a matte brown color, but it looks like it has a little bit of purple in it, so I have to be a little bit careful, but let's see if I can't get it to work. So I'm not applying a lot of this. So that's today's brows. They're quite skinny, but that's what we are going to work with. Okay, so now we're going to use the New York Color City Proof eye primer, and I'm going to apply this underneath my eyebrows and kind of cleaning them up with this. And then I just go ahead and blend it out with my finger. It seems like it's a very creamy base that sets, because when I apply it, it's very creamy, but now it definitely seems to set. So I just had a quick dinner break, but now I'm back and I'm going to use this e.l.f. smudge pot in the color Brownie Points. So I'm going to apply this on the inner half of my eyelids. This is a beautiful color. I definitely like this better than my lighter e.l.f. smudge pot. So for the outer half, I'm going to use this BornPrettyStore eye base in the color number 3. And this is just a dark charcoal color. So it just goes right out here. And I just blend this out. So the first eyeshadow I'm going to use is from this Wet n Wild Knock on Wood eyeshadow trio. So I'm going to use the color labeled Brow Bone, and with my MAC 224 brush I'm going to work this as my transitioning color, so right above the two bases I put down. And Wet n Wild's eyeshadows are, as always, phenomenal. So now let's go ahead and play with the Essence All About Nudes eyeshadow palette. I'm going to use this color to highlight my brow bone, and this is actually a completely matte color, and this color is gorgeous. I love the formula. So now I'm going to grab another trio by Wet n Wild. This is in the color Sweet as Candy. Okay, so I'm going to take the color called Crease, and I'm going to apply this in my crease, so right below that pinky color. And I go back in and blend with my MAC 224. Now I'm going to take this Sultry eyeshadow palette by Technique, and I'm going to take this beautiful color and I'm going to pack that on the inner half of my eyelid, right on top of the e.l.f. base. Then I take my Nudes eyeshadow palette by Technique, and I'm going to use this beautiful charcoal color, and I'm going to pack this on the outer half of my eyelid, and I just press it on with a sponge tip. So now I'm going to go into my Essence All About Grace eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to use the matte black in my outer V. So I just go right in here and apply the matte black, and this is super dark. It's even darker than that charcoal color, and I blend a little bit with my MAC 224. For my inner corner, I'm going to use this gold base by BornPrettyStore. This is in the color number 5. So let's go ahead and do a gold pop of color in here. So I'm going to use my Essence All About Bronze eyeshadow palette. And you guys guessed it, I'm going to use the gold color. And I apply that right on top of the gold base. So that's the upper eyeshadows done, and I absolutely loved everything. So now I'm going to use this gray eye base from BornPrettyStore in the color number 2. And I'm going to run that along my lower lash line on the inner half. And then I'm going to try out this Technique Eye Shimmer palette. And I'm going to use this dark brown color. And I apply this on the outer half. Then I'm going to take this trio from Wet n Wild in the color Silent Treatment. And I'm going to take this absolutely beautiful brown color with gold shimmers. And I'm applying this to the outer half of my lower lash line. And then finally for eyeshadows, I'm going to use my Mega Nudes eyeshadow palette by Technique. And I'm going to use this color. And I apply that on the inner half. Okay, so we are all done with the eyeshadows. So now I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Mega Eyes Cream Eyeliner in black. So I'm using the brush it comes with. Okay, so this brush is very thick. It is very hard to control. Okay, I'm also going to apply it on my upper waterline. So I don't know what I think about that liner. The brush definitely did not do it for me, it was way too thick. So the mascara I'm going to use today is this one from e.l.f. It's their Lengthening and Defining Mascara in black. So let's apply it and see. So far I don't hate it, but I also don't love it. But it's actually better than I was expecting, because the only things that I've been hearing about this mascara are bad things, but I actually don't think it's so bad. On my waterline, I'm going to try out this Jordana eye pencil in the color Cappuccino. So I hope you guys can see the difference between this eye and this eye. This eye I have the eyeliner. It just adds a little bit of metallic color to the waterline, which I really like with this look, because we are working with some other metallic colors. Okay, so these are the lashes we're going to be working with. These are the e.l.f. Wispies. And I used to have some Wispies from e.l.f., but mine said Glamour instead of Natural. But I don't really think that changes anything, because these look exactly like the pairs I used to have. So I'm going to pop this on. Okay, so these are the finished eyes. So for the lips you can really do whatever, because it is quite neutral. I would really go for any lip color. So I'm going to show you guys a few different options. So I'm going to start out with this e.l.f. Essentials lipstick in the color Seduction. I'm sorry, it's called Seductive. So I'm going to apply that all over. By the way, do you guys see that bite mark I have on my finger? That's thanks to a cat. I really don't like cats. So then I go in with my NYX Macaroon lipstick in the color Coconut. And I'm going to apply this right in the center of my lips to make an ombre effect. So this is our first lip option. And I'm going to try out this e.l.f. lipstick in the color Voodoo. So here we go. And then I'm going to top it off with this e.l.f. Super Glossy Lip Shine in the color Goddess. So that's what that combo looks like. This will probably be too much for some people, but I think it looks cute. I feel like a red lip and a smoky eye always goes well together. Okay, so now we're going to do a real fun color. We're going to use this Pop Art lipstick by BH Cosmetics. This is in the color Zap. I like that. That is intense and opaque. Okay, you guys, I live for this color. Is this not the cutest color you have ever seen? I love it. Okay, so I really dig the lipstick, but I don't dig the lip stain that it leaves behind. So let's cover that up with some more lipstick. I'm going to try this e.l.f. lipstick in the color Captivating. Oh, that is a pretty color. I love this color as well. It's like a perfect mix between orange and like brown. It's really pretty. So now I'm going to try the color Sociable. This is like a bright raspberry pink. It's beautiful. So this is Sociable, and this has to be one of my worst lip swatches ever. It got out of hand, but it's a really pretty color. So for my final lip color, I'm going to mix these two colors together. These are liquid lipsticks by BornPrettyStore. So I have color number 30 and color number 26. So let's start with number 30, and then I go over with number 26. So that's what these two colors mixed together looks like. And please don't mind that my lips are looking a bit dry now. They get so dry from taking off all those lipsticks. Okay, so this is the finished look. So I know I say this in like every video, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. And I'm really impressed with that NYX matte setting spray, because my face is completely matte, even though I used like a dewy BB cream. So I'm very impressed with that. So yeah, generally I'm really happy with all of the products that I used, and I really hope you guys liked this video. And if you do, please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys tomorrow for a new video in my December video marathon. So thank you guys so much for watching, and take care, and bye bye.